So what I'm doing now, yeah, this is a mess, but I know which line I'm supposed to be following. I just don't have an eraser handy. Is I'm going to be cutting out the side profile of the neck. So that will be the back angled headstock, and there's no way I want to be trying to reduce the neck to the right thickness with files alone. That would be a lot of time and effort, so I'm going to cut this back quite severely to about 25 mils. Even that might be a little bit too much, but better too much left than too little. And I will stop doing so there, because that is the point where I need to start thinking about the, well, I guess the heel. It would be a heel if it were a bolt-on neck, but the part where it joins onto the body. So I will bring it back to full thickness at that point. Right, so there's the first cut. The back angle of the headstock is the first cut. I will put that across my planer because it's pretty rough and I don't want to make it all clean by sanding. Again, do as little work as you can, really. Well, within limits. Otherwise you would just go and buy a guitar, wouldn't you, and not make one. There we have it. Looks as rough as anything now, doesn't it? And it is, but it won't stay that way. So when I've drawn on the dimensions that I expect for the fretboard, I wait until the fretboard arrives before I actually cut that to width, however. So that will be the next big cut. Now, my band sawing skills, they're okay, but they're not perfect. So this obviously is quite rough, and even if I were to just get a hand sander and sand that flat, there's no way that would be flat with any sort of precision. The angle could be completely wrong, it could be thinner on that side, thicker on that side, and so on. So what I've done is I've set up a fence on my spindle sander, and this fence has the thickness that I want my headstock to be, although maybe a little more generous actually. It's a couple of mils larger, just so that I can sand off any obvious aberrations through here and get a reasonably flat surface. I can plane this side, but I can't plane this side because it has the rest of the neck to contend with. So let's see how I get on. You know what I think? I think it might have actually been prudent to practice that technique, which I've never done before, on a scrap piece of wood. But actually, it went okay anyway, but I should have practiced. You should, yeah, after all the work I put into this thing, it would have been a shame to ruin it. It went well, not perfectly. You know, there are still some ridges where the sander dug in a bit at more times than, more at sometimes than others. But on the whole, that's quite good. So I will just attack that now with my random orbital sander to get that looking nice and smooth. Jolly airplanes. It is looking a bit thin, but not too thin, and in any event, what I'm planning on doing is taking some of that Australian oak that's going to be on the body of the guitar, on the top of the guitar, and putting that on the headstock so that it matches the body. So any thickness I can easily make up, so that's not really a concern to me. But yeah, I will use that technique again. It's a bit like having a very tiny drum sander. You just want to make sure you've got a decent right angle. It looks like I do-ish. Good enough, he said. But yeah, so that went okay.